Varanasi. All right, well, the launch of the Axiom-4 mission, which includes Indian astronaut Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla, has been postponed from Tuesday to Wednesday to June 11th. In fact, Shubhanshu Shukla is set to make history as the first Indian astronaut to visit the International Space Station and only the second Indian to travel to space, 41 years after Rakesh Sharma's landmark 1984 mission. The Axiom-4 crew features astronauts from India, Poland and Hungary. For all three nations, this marks the first mission to the ISS. And according to Axiom Space, AX4 also represents the second government-sponsored human spaceflight mission for India in over 4 decades. The fourth private astronaut mission by Axiom Space signifies a key milestone in India's growing space collaboration with NASA. The Axiom-4 mission launch has now been rescheduled to 11th June due to unfavorable weather. The mission, which will carry Indian astronaut Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla to the ISS, is now set to lift off at 5:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time on the 11th of June. Group Captain Rian Jha, defense expert, with us on the program to talk more about this. Group Captain Jha, this is obviously an amazing feat. It's been postponed by a couple of days, but nevertheless, that does not reduce its importance.
Very good afternoon, Vineet. Yes, it has been postponed, but it is no less a feat that it is going to come up in the coming days. However, the many postponements. First, it was supposed to be on 29th May, then it went to 8th June. I think the announcement was made somewhere on 3rd June that now they intend to give a very brand new Crew Dragon for the expedition. Earlier, it was planned to be a refurbished one. So, a lot of things have been happening there. We don't know what exactly is the reason for all this to be happening. There are some gossips of, clash between SpaceX boss and the US president. I don't know whether that affects anything of this schedule. This particular schedule is nothing to do with the US government. I think it is the Axiom of US, which is coordinating the entire episode of this particular launch. It is something like what we have got in space here in India. Axiom is there in US, so they will be coordinating. However, in this particular mission, there are 3 different nationals who will be making to the ISS for the first time. India being the one. There is another 2 countries who will be sending their reps as a mission specialist for the first time. So, welcome. Group Captain Shukla will be going after Rakesh Sharma. It is that many decades later, but it is no less important, especially when we are scheduling our own Gaganyaan in the coming maybe months and years when it will be doing well. Surely, what experience Group Captain Shukla gains in this particular SpaceX venture will be useful for India as well. But having said all those things, I just wish that it is the temporary postponements, because when yesterday it was announced that today's launch will not be there, I'm not very convinced whether it was the weather as a sole reason, because weather is only in the troposphere, in the initial 12 kilometers or 14 kilometers of the lower strata of the atmosphere. Thereafter, it is all clear. So, if it is troposphere, if it was known one day in advance, that is yesterday, that today's weather will be so stable that launch cannot go through, I doubt whether such things can happen, because today's weather, if you see from the launch side, it's not all that bad. It is something like where the launch can go through. But whatever, I wouldn't like to speculate whatever reason it has been postponed. We hope that tomorrow it goes all well. Whatever is the window of launch is being given, I'm sure the entire nation will be watching into that particular window when the launch takes place. And SpaceX, the Falcon 9, is workhorse, something like we have got our PSLV. It is the workhorse. So many times it has gone. Its first stage comes back from about 72 kilometers of altitude. It comes back, lands back at the place, and then it is refurbished. Second stage takes the entire crew module, that is the Crew Dragon that they have named it, to about 200 kilometers altitude, where they inject into the orbit, and then thereafter, second stage is also separated out, and then thereafter Crew Dragon on its own raises its orbit from 200 kilometers to about 420 odd kilometers, where ISS is, it is orbiting. So that is the schedule that will be happening. It takes nearly 29 hours after the launch that the docking will be happening. But entire thing is absolutely computerized. The pilots or the astronauts who are there are only the controller in loop. Should anything go wrong with the automated system, the pilot, that astronaut, he takes the control in his hands to facilitate the docking, and that is how it is going to be there. So wish all the best to Group Captain Shukla and the entire another 3 astronauts who will be going there. So wish them all the best. I hope all this fructifies, and we, proud Indian, will be having the expertise of Group Captain Shukla in our coming Gaganyaan. Vineet.
All right, Dr. Rakesh Sharma, former Deputy Director of ISRO, is also joining us on the program to talk more about this. Sir, really appreciate